Exercise 6-4 on pages 294 and 295 teaches us two lessons. We learn about FIFO and LIFO. FIFO means we assume the first units we bought were the first units we sold. LIFO assumes the last units we bought were the first units we sold. The other lesson of exercise 6-4 is if we have items in inventory, either we sold them or we still have them. Those are the only two choices. So Andrea Snowboards has all these boards sitting in inventory. She has 141 in. She bought some in early September and some in later September. When we go out at the end of the month, there are only 20 units left. So if we started with 141 units in inventory and we get to the end of the month and we discover there's only 20 left, that means we must have sold 121. Since they're all the same, they're all snowboards of about the same quality, we are allowed to either use FIFO or LIFO or average cost, which we talk about in other homework problems, to value this inventory. Alright, FIFO means first in, first out. We assume the first boards we bought were the first boards that we sold. Well, we started with these units here. So we assume we sold these, and 30 of these to leave us with the 20 boards in inventory. So under FIFO, the ending inventory must be 20 of these boards that cost us $105. So ending inventory must be 2,100. If we had goods available for sale of 14,442 and there's 2,100 left, we must have sold the difference. So $14,442 minus the $2,100 ending inventory means our cost of goods sold must be $12,342. So FIFO assumes first in, first out. So we sold these units, and the 20 units that are left in the inventory must be 20 of those guys that cost us $105. LIFO assumes last in, first out. So it assumes the last units we bought were the first units we sold. And since this is an era of rising prices, look how the unit costs go from 97 to 105. So that means we're going to assume that we sold higher price goods, which is going to give us a lower ending inventory and a higher cost of goods sold. Remember, LIFO means less taxes because you have a higher cost of goods sold. So last in, first out means we assume that we sold all these guys, we sold all these guys, we sold all these guys, and the 20 units that left must be those 20 units from September 1st. So those 20 units that are left in inventory cost us $97 each. That means our ending inventory must be $1,940. Since we had goods available for sale of $14,442 and the ending inventory was $1,940, our cost of goods sold must be $12,502. And that makes sense. Our cost of goods sold is higher under LIFO. Under FIFO, our cost of goods sold was $12,342. Under LIFO, our cost of goods sold is $12,502. And if we add these together, we add the ending inventory and the cost of goods sold for FIFO and for LIFO, we end up with a total of $14,442. That's our total goods available for sale. So part B to the question says, what happens when you do that arithmetic? Well, we discover that the sum of ending inventory plus cost of goods sold, ending inventory plus cost of goods sold, is equal to our goods available for sale, which is the 14,442. FIFO means first in, first out. LIFO means last in, first out. And the other lesson of this problem is if we have goods in inventory, either we sold them or we still have them. Those are the only two choices.